In 1897, British soldiers broke into a room and stood in stunned silence. Thousands of bronze plaques and heads gleamed in the torchlight around them. They could not believe African hands had made them, so they wrote another story. Centuries earlier, in the forests of West Africa, a kingdom had already answered that question. The Kingdom of Benin was ringed by earthworks longer than the Great Wall of China. Inside, wide avenues led to a royal palace larger than many European capitals. At its center ruled the Oba, a king considered half divine by his people. On one street, a guild of artisans held a secret only the king could authorize. Using a lost wax technique passed down for centuries, they cast bronze beyond compare. Every plaque recorded a memory, a war won, a king crowned, a spirit honored. With no writing system, bronze was Benin's history book, cast in metal instead of ink. In 1485, strange ships arrived from across the ocean. Portuguese traders came seeking pepper and ivory and found a kingdom that impressed them. Benin traded as an equal power, not a subject, for the next 400 years. European visitors described Benin City as clean, orderly, and vast beyond expectation. Generations of Obas added to the palace's bronze archive. Carved ivory tusks stood taller than a man, resting atop ancestral altars. Coral beads, imported through centuries of trade, marked the Oba's divine status. By the 1800s, Benin's court held one of the greatest art collections on Earth. In January 1897, a British delegation marched toward Benin City uninvited. The Oba had asked them to wait. A sacred festival was underway. The British marched forward anyway. Benin forces ambushed the column in the forest. Most of the British delegation was killed. London called it a massacre and demanded revenge. Weeks later, a British armed force landed on the coast with cannons and machine guns. Benin's warriors fought with courage, but spears and old rifles could not stop machine guns. Benin City fell. Fires spread through the palace, consuming centuries of memory. The Oba fled. He would later surrender and be exiled, never to return to his throne. British soldiers moved through the ruins and found the Bronze Room. What they could not explain, they decided to take instead. Thousands of bronzes, ivories, and coral treasures were crated and shipped to Britain. Many were sold at auction within the year, just to help pay for the invasion itself. The bronzes ended up scattered across more than 160 museums worldwide. The British Museum alone holds several hundred pieces to this day. For decades, the very people who made them were denied the right to see them at home. The art that proved Benin's genius became the evidence used to erase its memory. For over a century, Nigeria asked for its treasures back. In 2022, Germany agreed to return more than 1,000 looted Benin objects. Crates that left in chains a century earlier finally sailed home. The British Museum, bound by its own laws, has still not returned a single piece. The bronzes were never a mystery. They were always a masterpiece. And the empire that made them was never in doubt, except to those who refused to see it.